Good morning, St. Paul's. I'm Stephen Kovic, and here are your morning announcements. Come out and join St. Paul's Relay for Life team, who will be participating in one of the biggest cancer events of the Living Arts in the Living Arts Center. On Friday, June 4th, the registration fee is $10, in addition to any money you fundraise for the Canadian Cancer Society. The event includes an evening relay and other overnight activities like yoga, Guitar Hero, volleyball, and so much more. Meals and refreshments are all included. This is also an opportunity to celebrate cancer survivors, remember lost loved ones, and fight back against the disease that takes thousands of lives each year. If you are interested, please see Ms. Bueno, Mr. Findamore, or Stacey Neely during 3C lunch. Today's practice for the hip-hop crew members is canceled. Practice will resume next Friday. The staff and students in our St. Paul Planning for Independence program will be having a carnival day here at St. Paul's on June 22nd. We will also be including students from John Cabot and Philip Pocock Pit programs. Volunteers are needed to assist with activities, refreshments, directing students to specific areas, and setup and cleanup. Volunteers will be needed from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. on June 22nd. Students should check their exam schedule before committing to this activity. If you can volunteer, please sign up in student services. Your support with this event is greatly appreciated. It's getting close to student council election time. Do you know who's running? You should have seen the signs around the school asking you to vote for Liz and Joey or Nicole and David. On Tuesday, June 1st, during homeroom classes, you will get a chance to vote for the next year's student council of prime ministers. Speeches will be aired on the morning announcements on June 1st, and you'll get to vote right after. So start thinking about who you want as your prime minister for next year. Good luck to the candidates. Ballots improperly marked will be voided. Co-ed intramural soccer will take place today after school on the backfields. If you wish to partake of this, then just show up. No skill or equipment is necessary on your part. This is open to the entire student body at St. Paul's. Those who apply to university, please check your email and be sure to get online and accept your offer. Deadline for acceptance is today, May 28th. For all you St. Paul athletes, today is the day that your invitations are being handed out in the cafeteria during both lunches. Your RSVPs must be returned by Friday, June 4th. The RSVP is a little orange strip on the back of your invitation. It lets us know that you're able to attend or not. Look for this back table in the CAF, and don't miss out on this wonderful St. Paul event. And now for sports. Yesterday at Iceland, our girls faced the undefeated Notre Dame Knights for the ROPSA Tier 2 Championship. The girls started off fast when Luba Salupka scored a 1-0 lead for the St. Paul. The girls fought through the heat until midway through the second half. Catherine Coretti made a run and put the finishing touch on the championship. Turner Fenton Tournament, AA Playdowns, and ROPSA champs. The girls finished the season 17 games played and 17 wins. The coaches would like to thank Mr. Vickers, Mr. Galley, Mr. Sophitis, Mr. Sanabria, Mr. Monat, and Mr. Connolly, the administration, all those who cheered us on this year. A reminder to the members of the junior girls soccer team, the semifinals will be held here at St. Paul's on Wednesday, June 2nd at 3:30 p.m. Players are expected to be on the field at 3:10 to help with field setup. There will be a mandatory meeting right after these announcements in the cafeteria for all the members of the boys soccer team that will go to offset. This includes all of the junior players that will be going as well. We'll be handing out some important forms, so attendance is mandatory. And now a word from Mr. Schmidt.
A good Friday morning to the St. Paul community. We have a couple of shout-outs today. Certainly I want to make it very, very clear how impressed I was with our production of Said the Spider to the Spy. We knocked it out of the park, and I want to give a tribute to all of our cast and crew, staff, and students who were able to attend over the last couple of nights. A fabulous production, and I know one that harbingers great things for the future. Secondly, and equally as important, I was approached at an event, a social event last night, by a number of my colleague principals who were both pleased and unpleased. They were pleased for St. Paul's because our senior girls soccer team committed the miracle of football. We won the championship with a 1-0 score against Notre Dame, playing with only 10 players for the vast majority of the game under heat conditions that caused at least one of our own players to have to sit out the balance of the game. So to the girls' senior soccer team, their coaches, our fans that have supported them all year, a very, very fantastic shout out for all the great work and representing us continually by taking the higher road when we play on fields that aren't always welcoming to us. Way to go, girls. Fabulous, fabulous performance. Now, this is my time to use this opportunity to talk about a couple of the items Mr. Finnemore has talked about earlier. I do want to encourage, though, before I go there, all of our students. We are continually having more students bring bikes and taking cars off the road in Mississauga each day that more bikes come to school. I really want to encourage all students to make sure that anything that you can do on days like this particularly is very, very important to get automobiles off the road. We are learning now that with weather alert days that when we put more CO2 in the air, we're only causing ourselves more problems. Now, speaking of more problems, everybody has an opportunity to be educated these days by turning their television on. We are watching in slow motion one of the most horrendous disasters that has been inflicted on the environment in the Gulf Coast. Not unknown to anybody, but why would it be a surprise? There is an expression called a silver bullet that a lot of people want to believe in. Now we know there is no silver bullet. When we blow one of these particular wells, we will pay for a lifetime. Now, as a green school, we have ways to respond to this. We have ways that we can say enough is enough. We have to examine our lifestyle, which is probably the most difficult things that we could do, but it is going to become an imperative very, very rapidly. And you don't have to take this from Mr. Schmidt. It is coming from most of the well-known economists in the world and those commenting on the environment. We will get to double-digit barrels of oil, triple-digit barrels of oil, and that is going to make the price of gas go to where it's never gone. What's the impact of that? A lot of problems on our highways when there are less cars, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on public transit systems that we know don't exist. So we've got challenges ahead, but what I like about St. Paul's is we're taking them on. And I want to encourage all of you, if you can, to make sure that you let your own elected government officials know that with respect to oil drilling in Canada's own areas, that now we're saying we won't drill at least until 2014, that you tell your own members of Parliament that that's got to be looked at really closely. And I know you will. The song of the day is a Rick Astley favorite of mine from 30 years ago. It's called Never Gonna Give You Up. Have a fabulous day on your weekends.